All right, so I promised to keep this one shorter than my last one. So just to start, what I'm going to be talking about today is the use of Slack as a centralized organizational tool. Just to get a quick read on this, everyone raise your hand if you used Trello at least one time. Okay, it now counts previous projects, either one, as long as you're familiar with the basic functions of Trello. How many people here have used Slack? Haven't come across a no-show before, but I can work with that. Has anyone here worked with any sort of channel-based communication tool like Discord, for example? Okay, so here's a good way to introduce it. Slack is a lot like Discord, but used to integrate multiple services more frequently than it is just as a chat tool. So I'm going to run through a couple of examples of how I've used it professionally and how I can integrate what I've learned in the past with the system I have designed for you guys. So to start, I'll show you just the basics of the Trello I use for the project I have with Jay Balakrishnan. It's pretty basic right now because we're moving out of the development of this particular part of the project, so most things are in the complete pile. But all of these are designed so that we know exactly what stage of development each task is in. Each one of these tasks has a list of things that need to be done. Each minor function, every single helper, every utility is covered by that. And that was a great system until I started needing to interact with people in different departments, such as the navigation department, dialogue department, markup language department, and that's when I started needing something to centralize all my equipment. So what we did was we created this Slack page, which has a few, can everyone see that?
If you do Command plus on the Mac, it zooms in, and you keep going as much time as you want.
I think one more time ought to do it. So what you're seeing here is actually that entire Trello team hooked into our Slack. Any comment, status update, individual subtask, any of that gets changed, and every single member of the team is tagged with these messages. The key here is that instead of having to go back and sort through, 50 pages of comments on an individual topic, or have to figure out how to contact someone, what's the best way, when will they respond, things like that. I can't have an issue with creating a code hook for AI navigation, then and then that issue be completely unsolvable for a day and a half because I couldn't reach the guy via email. So what this lets me do is have every member see every change, so it creates some accountability for the team. It allows members to communicate in a centralized way by topic. In this case, we have the general section, which is, okay, I'm going to miss a meeting. Can someone please send me the notes or the minutes or something? We have meetings, which is actually hooked into my Google Calendar for the project and will automatically notify everyone of meeting changes. Project Projector, which is just another sort of general page. Random for, oh, hey, I can't figure this out. Requests for, and this is a good one actually, is you can tag a department or a person on the team and ask them to develop something so that you can better integrate your systems. And all this does is really keeps all the information centralized, keeps it team visible, while also keeping the scope narrow enough such that any one department in the team can focus on only its work if necessary. And this has created a significant boost in our efficiency. Moving on from there, what I've done for this class is I have created another Slack workroom. And each one of your teams is represented on a private page. So what I've done here in this left-hand corner, when you sign up, you will only be able to see your team's information, but you'll still have access to channels such as random, there's a general channel, there's a Unity channel, and a C# channel. So what you can do with this is inside your Teams section, you can chat with your team, say you need to get some information out or figure out how someone programmed something. That's a perfect place to do that. In addition, if you have a team-specific question, all of these are forwarded directly to Mr. Leduc and myself. And I believe for you, Mr. Leduc, it'll be on your email whichever one I've added you on.
Okay.
And for me, these actually get pushed to my phone, and I'll generally respond pretty quickly as long as it's before 11 p.m. or so. In addition, if you have a question that you think might be helpful for a wider audience, for the whole class, for example, or period 3, you could go to Unity if it's a Unity component topic, the C# channel if it's a programmatic topic, or into the random channel if you're not really sure how to place it. There are definitely a number of things such as game design document questions or things like that that might not otherwise fit into a category. Additionally, if you want to have the Trello update system added to your team, please feel free to come down to the direct messages section and contact me, preferably by your team leader, and I will set that up for you or work with you to set it up depending on how much access I have to your Trello. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hand this sheet around. It's organized by team lead name. And so underneath that, whoever your team leader is, if you could put your first name and your email address so I can get the invitation out to you by the end of today, that would be great. Does anyone have any specific questions about Trello, Slack, or other organizational strategies? All set? Perfect. Well, I will be here. If you have questions about this, about your projects, or what have you, please don't hesitate to come talk to me. Oh, and another note. And this has come up before. If you feel like you have a question but it's too stupid to ask, it's not. I had my boss at the lab, and he set up a special email notification system so that I could email him my quote-unquote stupid questions nearly 24 hours a day. And I'll tell you what, that was a lifesaver and a confidence booster, so I really do not hesitate to shoot out a message. It even helps me reinforce my own knowledge, so I enjoy doing it. Perfect.
Let's show our appreciation. It's something that gives me motivation when I'm having